Yo, you already know what it is, man. The Island God Talk podcast, man. We back another episode. JaayUu, Kingmeechyyy. We here. Beautiful evening again.
Beautiful. It's kind of raining outside.
It don't matter.
It don't matter.
If it's raining, it's still beautiful. That's why I be telling my girl, like, it's nice and cold outside. She be like, no, just cold. I be like, no, you got to say it's nice and cold so you have a good relationship with the cold.
I like that. Do you got a good relationship in the cold?
Yeah. Like, I mean, it's cold, but you thug it. You don't let it stop it from. You don't let it stop you from doing what you want to do, type shit.
Definitely. Like if you already had some shit planned, you gonna still get that shit done.
Yeah.
Bet. And I feel like that's what a lot of people do. Just cause it's rainy or just cause like you woke up.
We grew up playing football too, so we used to the mud, the cold, the rain, the snow. No matter what, we outside hot.
Definitely.
Like we start out in the heat,
Literally.
and then by the time the end of the season, be cold as fuck.
Cold as fuck. You ever practice on Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That means that he's a real football player right there. Not many people know about that, practicing on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I mean, there's still real football players that didn't, but you winning if you.
I say, yeah, you winning. You definitely winning. But all right, so everybody's seen it. I know you've seen it too.
Mm-hmm.
How you feel about the whole Gunna getting released? How do you feel about that?
To me, well, I'll put this blanket statement over everything I say first. I feel like if Young Thug is about to take a plea deal, then there's nothing wrong with Gunna has did. Then more than likely their lawyers have been talking and they're like, all right, you take this plea, we all about to plea out. But that's how I think the streets are gonna look at it too, as far as like, cause right now it looks like, oh, he's talking in court, he's confirming YSL's being a gang, and most people from the street perspective are gonna say like that's snitching in general because you're talking, it looks like you're cooperating. He's being literally asked, do you have any personal knowledge of crimes committed by YSL and is YSL a gang? He just yes ma'am, and it does look very crazy. What do you think about it?
To be honest, I seen the same video you've seen. I thought, but like I'm also looking at it like, I mean, it wasn't nothing that they probably didn't already know too.
Mm-hmm.
So like I can kind of see that point, but like I'm looking at it as like he did kind of tell. Like
yeah, they didn't know it, but the problem is Young Thug is literally, his defense is literally that YSL is a music group and YSL is not a gang. So if he goes up there and confirms that it is a gang, and he's literally, this is why I think Young Thug is most likely gonna take a plea. That's the only way it'll make sense, unless Gunna just ain't really built for that jail shit. Cause prison will break in. Like most men get broken down in prison. Like they might not end up telling, but yeah, you'll be in there crying. You'll be in there wanting your mama wanting to go home, all that shit. So it's not for everybody. Young Thug definitely seems like a person that's more of a like built for it than Gunna, but.
That is true. No disrespect to Gunna, but like it is like I feel like Jeffrey would do better in prison. Not gonna lie. Oh, did you see that video of them like naked? It was a video of them naked with their dicks out, bro. I ain't
Young Thug and Gunna?
It's like it's hard to see. It's hard, but they were playing it in court supposedly. It was some. All right, we're gonna let that alone. I'm gonna show you the video later.
Yeah. Because I had to see it. Like I didn't even see like nothing. Like was they like in a jail setting or?
Yes, in jail. It's like butt ball naked. But
I mean,
very speculation though. Very speculation.
Yeah, I mean in jail they're gonna dehumanize you regardless. Like as soon as you get in there, you have to get naked in front of another man. You're gonna squat and cough and spread your cheeks. Like it's a very dehumanizing situation.
But they wanted to do some other shit in that bitch.
As far as like the snitching, like me personally, it doesn't like, I don't know, I see myself as someone that's trying to approve above the conditions that I came from. And I know that like a lot of people that still subscribe to the street shit, they're like, oh, snitching. But there's literally no true definition of snitching. That's why we have these conversations and arguments like, oh, what's snitching and what's not. And that's most things in the street. Most street rules is nothing concrete across the board for everybody. But to me, it does look bad. Like if you're in an organization and you're active in it, and like you just don't seem like a man of your word, and you're supposed to like. And like Gunna, he did a lot of swag rapping, but he also rapped like a street nigga sometimes. So it is a little crazy. You see that group of biker gang in Texas a few years back that got in a shootout with another biker gang, and police got shot and all type of shit, but none of them said a word, and they all walked free from that situation. So that's just another crazy phenomenon we have in the black community, where it's like we the main ones against snitching, but the main ones that end up telling.
That was a great fact right there. But at the same time, you never know what they've been talking about. I mean, cause Young Thug, like he can send out a message. Like if I feel like he could like be like, yeah, he will say Gunna
more than likely their lawyers are talking to each other, and like Young Thug, he definitely, from what I seen, his sister knew about Young Thug knew like that was already happening. Like she said he was sad or some shit like that, but he didn't know like the public had seen all that, like seen the video and stuff, and it was all on the internet. But like it might be like that's why it's like I'm gonna wait till the court case and people start getting sentenced, or if everybody pleads out, to actually come out of my mouth and be like, oh yeah, Gunna snitch, even though to me it really doesn't matter either way.
Definitely. Cause that's what people gonna do what's best for them at the end of the day. So like you can't really be surprised, even if let's say quote unquote he did snitch. I mean, people he gonna do what's best for him, and so should Thug. Not saying they should snitch, but I'm just saying keep that in the back of your mind.
And the thing like if you really for like progression of the black community, you have to recognize that gangs and gang culture is bad for us.
Really. For
the most part, in the whole, like, gang culture is bad. And I got friends in gangs and things like that, and most of them, like, they know how I feel about it. So, like, I'm not scared to say it. Like, gang culture is a detriment to the black community and our progression. So, to be honest, it's a crazy situation, but I mean, it was gonna happen.
Definitely. And because I'm pretty sure it said, like, so let's say what he did in the courtroom, let's say that wasn't snitching, because that's like already knowledge they knew. Did you see his paperwork? Like,
yeah. So he got to testify if he gets called.
Yeah, so like I feel like that's what's gonna really determine it. Like if he gets called in and then he proceeds to testify, then I feel like you can label him a snitch. But as of right now,
if he gets called and he doesn't testify, they will refile the charges on him.
Definitely. That's what I want to see. Cause like that's literally all I want to see.
That's why, like, at this point, best case scenario, this is something that's already been planned, and Young Thug about to take a plea within the next few days for like maybe 5 to 10 years at most. Cause the DA, she really wants Thug. Like he's the top of the graph or whatever they got. Like. Definitely. As far as like who they really want, is definitely Thug. They definitely have the most stuff on them. And think about it, the same day Thug gets a plea, Young Thug gets 4 more charges added on to him.
Wow.
It's crazy.
That shit is crazy. But, I mean, I guess we'll just have to see what really happens. Because at the end of the day, I did find this suspicious though, because like he gets originally sentenced to 5 years. He gets 5 years. 4 are just gone. 4 gets suspended.
Yeah.
And then he gets time served with 7 months.
He literally had 1 year, and then he got commuted to time served. So they basically
free. Like it just looks horrible. It does look bad. It looks so horrible. Cause like nigga, you got 5 years and made it 0 like that. Like,
and then he got like it's literally a crowd that no matter what happens, just because he talked in court and said those things, like they're gonna label him a snitch, and it's gonna affect his career here and there. It depends on how it really plays out. Like if Thug end up getting like 30 years, like it's gonna definitely affect Gunna's career.
Oh yeah, that'd be horrible. That'd be so bad, because that's like, yeah, somebody told something. But like he get a 30. I feel like he shouldn't get no more than 10. I don't think he should get more than 1. I feel like if Gunna got 5, I say double that, get a 10 piece and just let it be.
I think if he takes a plea, it'll be somewhere between 5 and 10. If he goes to trial, it's gonna be between 10 and 20.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I wouldn't take that. That I'm not. I wouldn't take that shit to trial.
It's crazy to. There's no way I can see Thug taking it to trial now that Gunna's already said, like, yeah, they're a criminal organization. I got knowledge of them doing this. The actual co-founder of YSL said, yeah, they started it in 2012. He took a plea.
I was about to say he took a plea. Like, everybody take a fucking plea. Like, do you know how much time or what? I didn't see nothing about him.
The co-founder?
Yeah.
I don't.
His face looked crazy too. Like, I didn't know he looked like that. But yeah, so I guess we'll see. But I think his he might get some time. He definitely might get some time.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll just have to see. But like when they were in the car, another question they asked Gunna was like, when they got pulled over, like they said the stuff wasn't his, like, so whose was it? Like,
yeah, like the thing about it, like I've been hearing from certain niggas on the street side of things, they like, if that happens, nobody's supposed to say nothing. Y'all fight it in court type shit.
Okay.
That's what they saying. But I don't know. I thought saying like, hey, that ain't mine. I didn't know that was. I mean, it's dry snitching, I guess, if it's just you and him in the car, so I can see that. But
it was just them two in the car.
See, it said it wasn't confirmed of anybody else, but everybody's saying it like it was just them two in the car.
I heard so
that's the narrative, at least. Well,
if it's not his, then who's his? See, I don't know, man. I don't know. But that's what you get, though. Like, you know you shouldn't be doing that shit. Like, like.
Yeah, especially being an artist of their caliber, they should have distanced themselves far away from all the street shit. Literally. I know, still living in Atlanta, where they from, like you're surrounded by people jealous about, they jealous of you because of your success, and you also moving in a way, a militant, more so gang style way, to where you are disrespecting people. You beefing with people. You got people under you that still kind of hanging out in the hoods, and they got little shit going on with people. And all you got to do is provide anything financial that could seem like it could be attached to something to do with a crime, like get a rental that's used in a crime, or they see that a wire transfer went to a person that's known for selling drugs or anything like that. All that can get you hemmed up. Because RICO is like racketeering. It's a conspiracy charge. It's not, oh, we caught you red-handed with this. It's not, we taking all these little things, we putting it together, we're going to paint a picture in court, and now you fighting a crazy narrative about you, all the negative things put out there, and you trying to control your own narrative. Very difficult situation. Stay out the streets, young fellas.